Rain drizzled softly over the pixelated city of Robloxia as the evening lights flickered on. In a quiet corner of a virtual park, a small avatar named Leo sat alone beneath an ancient oak tree. His square hands clutched a tiny robot toy, the only reminder of his best friend, Mira, who had vanished months ago when their favorite server was suddenly shut down. The soft hum of the rain mixed with the faint echoes of laughter that once filled the park, now only a memory in the fading code of the world. A notification sound broke the silence, a faint ping from Leo's inventory. Confused, he opened it to find an unfamiliar item glowing faintly, a golden key marked Server 07, Reunion. His heart skipped a beat. That was the name of the old world they had built together, the one that disappeared. Could it be back? With trembling hands, he clicked Join. The loading screen pulsed with light before revealing a scene Leo thought he'd never see again, the floating island world they had built block by block. The sky shimmered in bright hues of purple and gold, the familiar castle in the distance glowing with warmth. His robot toy began to buzz faintly, as if responding to something nearby. He took a cautious step forward, the wooden bridge creaking under his feet. Every corner of the island felt alive again. The windmills spun, the digital trees swayed, and the old melody they had coded together began to play in the background. Then, from across the field, a faint light appeared, a silhouette walking slowly toward him. It was Mira. Her avatar looked slightly different, but Leo could never mistake that blue hoodie and the gentle way she moved. For a long moment, neither spoke. They just stood there, staring across the field as if afraid one wrong move would shatter the illusion. Finally, Leo whispered, "You came back." Mira smiled, her voice trembling. "I never left. I was just lost in the update. The server didn't delete us, it was waiting for this key." She lifted a similar golden key from her hand, its glow syncing perfectly with his. The two keys merged into one, and suddenly the world around them bloomed with light and color. The island expanded, revealing areas they had only dreamed of building, new biomes, floating cities, and secret caves filled with the remnants of their old adventures. Their creations, animals, robots, and even NPC friends, came back to life, greeting them with cheerful messages and familiar sounds. Together, they ran through the meadows, laughing like they used to. Every step restored another memory, their first tower build, their failed parkour course, their pixelated sunsets. The bond they had forged through countless hours of teamwork returned stronger than ever, proving that even in a digital world, friendship had real power. As the sun set over the new Robloxia, Leo turned to Mira. "Maybe this isn't just a game anymore," he said softly. "Maybe it's our story, one that never truly ends." Mira nodded, her eyes shimmering. "Then let's keep writing it."
The screen faded to black as the camera panned upward, showing the two avatars, side by side, walking into the glowing horizon of their rebuilt world. A single line appeared across the sky in pixelated letters: "Friendship never disconnects." As dawn broke over the floating island, the golden rays of light shimmered across the water, bringing warmth to the reborn world. Leo and Mira stood at the edge of their new realm, gazing out at the endless expanse of digital landscapes. The skybox shifted in soft colors, reflecting their hope. The once empty world was now alive again, but there was something new in the air, a faint, pulsing signal that neither of them had coded. Mira opened her menu, scrolling through the server data. "There's another player," she whispered. "Someone's joined without permission." Leo frowned, scanning the horizon. Then, in the distance, a dark figure emerged, cloaked in glitching pixels, its movements jerky and distorted. It wasn't like any normal avatar. The name tag above it flickered rapidly, unreadable. Before they could react, the sky darkened. The music they had written together warped into a low, unsettling hum. The creature raised its arm, and the ground beneath them began to break apart, chunks of terrain dissolving into lines of corrupted code. "The server's collapsing," Mira shouted, gripping Leo's hand. "We have to find the core." They sprinted toward the castle they once built as children, the heart of their world. The closer they got, the more the world glitched. Trees bent unnaturally, textures twisted into static. Leo's vision flickered between bright and dark, the system struggling to keep them connected. "We built this place," he said through the distortion. "We can fix it." Inside the castle, they found the core chamber, a glowing sphere of data floating above a pedestal. The golden key pulsed in Leo's inventory again. Mira nodded. "It's reacting. The key might stabilize the world." But before she could reach it, the glitching figure appeared behind them, its digital scream echoing through the hall. With quick reflexes, Leo shielded Mira as the figure lunged forward. The impact sent them both tumbling, the golden key sliding across the floor. Sparks flew from the corrupted avatar as it struggled to stand. Mira extended her arm, coding commands midair, her fingers moving like a pianist playing a desperate tune. "Purge entity, force," she shouted, lines of blue light wrapping around the monster. The corrupted avatar screamed one last time before shattering into fragments of light. The castle trembled as if taking a deep breath, and suddenly, silence returned. The golden key floated back into Leo's hands, glowing brighter than ever. Together, they placed it into the core. A warm wave of golden light spread outward, repairing every broken block in its path. Outside, the sky cleared. Flowers regrew, the rivers flowed, and the once glitched creatures returned to normal. The island was saved, but something had changed. On the horizon, new portals appeared, gateways to other forgotten worlds they had built long ago. Mira looked at Leo and smiled. "Looks like we've got more memories to restore." Leo nodded, determination shining in his eyes. "Then let's bring them all back. One by one." The two stepped into the nearest portal, vanishing into a swirl of colors. Their laughter echoed through the digital wind, a promise carried across the code that no matter how many servers fall, their friendship would rebuild them all. And so, the legend of Leo and Mira, the builders who defied deletion, began again, spreading across Robloxia like a signal of hope. In every forgotten world, every player who stumbled upon the glowing message, "Friendship never disconnects," would know that somewhere in the vast expanse of Roblox, two friends were still out there, rewriting the story, one block at a time. The portal's colors swirled into a blinding cascade of light, and when it faded, Leo and Mira found themselves standing in an entirely new world, one that seemed half-built and half-forgotten. Floating code fragments drifted through the air like glowing dust, and the terrain beneath their feet shifted between finished blocks and raw, unrendered terrain. "This must be one of our unfinished worlds," Mira murmured, glancing around. "We called it Project Dreamforge." They began exploring, their footsteps echoing across vast stretches of empty space. Fragments of old structures floated in the sky, the outline of a half-built tower, the shell of a ship, pieces of pixel art they once made during late-night building sessions. Leo smiled faintly. "I remember this one," he said. "You wanted to build a city that touched the clouds." Mira laughed softly. "And you said it was impossible." As they walked further, lines of old code appeared beneath their feet, like glowing blue pathways guiding them forward. The deeper they went, the more stable the world became. It was as if their memories themselves were rewriting the terrain. "It's responding to us," Mira realized. "The server must still recognize its creators." The idea filled them with renewed determination, a sense that their bond was more powerful than even corrupted data. Suddenly, the ground trembled again, but this time it wasn't destruction, it was creation. Towers rose from the void, shaped by invisible hands. Walls constructed themselves out of light, and gardens bloomed in seconds. The Dream Forge was coming alive around them, powered by their presence. The world itself seemed to remember who they were. But as the light spread, a shadow followed. Across the newly restored skyline, glitch-like storms began to swirl. A distorted echo whispered through the sky, fragments of code muttering incomprehensible lines. Unauthorized user detected, accessing core memories. Mira's expression turned tense. "Someone's trying to overwrite this world," she said. Again. Leo opened his interface and saw a flickering username appear. Unknown. Host. The name pulsed in red, and strange structures began spawning uncontrollably, towers made of corrupted obsidian and black glass. "It's learning from us," Leo said grimly. "Copying our builds, twisting them." The peaceful Dream Forge was being rewritten into something nightmarish. Acting quickly, Mira began typing new code commands, her fingers flying across the holographic keyboard. "If I can isolate the server layer, I can seal it from external access." but the corrupted structures fought back, morphing and regenerating faster than she could delete them. Leo drew his sword, now glowing with golden data energy from the key. "Then I'll buy you time," he said, running toward the spreading corruption. He struck at the glitching blocks, each impact sending shockwaves of light that temporarily halted the spread. The sky turned crimson, and from the darkness, shapes began to emerge. Twisted versions of their old NPC creations, reanimated by the hostile code. Mira's voice echoed across the storm. "Leo, the source is in the heart node. If we stabilize it, the virus can't replicate." Together, they sprinted toward the massive crystal at the center of the world, the heart node pulsing erratically between light and shadow. The corrupted entities swarmed around them, forcing them to fight side by side. Sparks, light trails, and code particles filled the air in a storm of chaos. Mira placed her hands on the node, channeling the golden energy of the key through her command lines. "/restore.world force," she shouted. The light exploded outward, sweeping across the dream forge in waves. The corrupted towers disintegrated, and the red username blinked out of existence. When the brightness faded, the world stood still, whole again and more beautiful than before. The city in the clouds gleamed above them, and the wind carried a soft melody that sounded like hope. Mira looked at Leo, exhausted but smiling. "That's 2 worlds restored," she said. Leo nodded, his eyes reflecting the golden horizon. "And infinite more waiting." He opened his menu, revealing a new notification. "Portal key, fragment 02 unlocked." The symbol shimmered, showing glimpses of other lost realms they once created. Together, they stepped toward the next portal, their silhouettes framed by the rising light. The story of the builders who defied deletion was far from over. It was only beginning again.